What's up, everybody? Today we want to talk about what's called a Roth Conversion Ladder. This is a game changer in our minds because it solves a major problem or predicament for aspiring early retirees, and that is you can't access these retirement funds until you're 59 and a half, which in our minds is just way too long to wait. So let's do a quick review of these pre-tax retirement vehicles. These are usually traditional IRAs, individual retirement account, or an employer-sponsored 401k. These are pre-tax because the money you put in has not been taxed yet, so you are essentially getting a tax deduction on these contributions you put into the account. And then when you're able to withdraw this when you're 59 and a half, you are then taxed at the current tax bracket you're at then, as opposed to now. So this makes sense if you're earning a lot of money, or if you think you'll be at a higher tax bracket now, as opposed to when you withdraw it. So before we learn about this Roth conversion hack, if you will, we really prioritize, first of all, obviously house hacking real estate, but beyond that, those are Roth accounts, because we liked those in the previous video, but also it was just regular taxable investment accounts. And while neither of these are bad, the 401k or IRA has a major advantage that it is tax advantaged. You don't have to pay tax on the money you put in, so that just allows more money and more capital to grow tax-free. So in taxable accounts, you're also going to be taxed on the growth, on the dividends. We want access to that capital if we ever need it, right? We don't want to have to pay a penalty on it, and we want that money to be able to work for us as quickly as possible. And in our minds, real estate, house hacking, and then just accessible taxable investment accounts are the best way to do that. So in our minds, it didn't really make sense to contribute too much to these retirement accounts, these 401ks, just because we didn't want to have to wait until we're 60 to access them. We wanted to direct as much money as possible to investments that will get us as quickly as possible to early financial independence. And if you can't access the money until you're 60, it's not really useful for early retirement. Anyway, let's check this little creek crossing up here. No, I'm not out of breath. I'm doing fine. About how this Roth conversion works. So the Roth conversion is basically what it seems like. This is a conversion from your pre-tax traditional IRA or 401k into a Roth account, which is post-tax. Now, when you do this, you're going to trigger a taxable event in the eyes of the IRS. So after you convert this money to your Roth account, it has to sit in the account for a 5-year seasoning period before you can withdraw it. But once you pay taxes on it for that tax year and you let it sit in that 5-year seasoning period, you can withdraw this money tax and penalty free. Okay, let's go over a real life example of this. Let's say that you need $30,000 a year of living expenses. This is just what you know about yourself from experience. So let's say you stop working your W-2 job in 2020. And then in 2020, you make your first Roth conversion. So you take $30,000 out of your 401k, for example, and you convert that over to a Roth account. Now, this is going to trigger a taxable event for the year of 2020. So you're going to have to pay taxes on it. But the idea is that because you're not working anymore, because you don't have a job, this is going to be one of your only income streams for the year. So hopefully you'll be in a lower tax bracket. Okay, then year after year, you're just going to do this for 2021, 22, 23. You're going to keep doing these conversions. Each year you're going to trigger that taxable event of $30,000 for that conversion. And that is where the term ladder comes from, because you're doing this year after year over year, and then 5 years after that seasoning period is done, you can start withdrawing that money tax and penalty free. And so a major key of this is that you need to have some kind of savings or investments or passive income that can get you through that 5-year seasoning period in order to make it to the withdrawal period. This is obviously not the only way to financial independence. This is just a tool to add to your tool belt of financial independence weapons you can use to early retirement, or financial independence really is also called financial independence, not necessarily retiring early. So if you're ever hesitant, hey, I'm not sure if I should contribute to my 401k or traditional IRA because, you know, I'm not sure if I want to wait that long to wait until I'm 60 to access the funds, then that's totally understandable. But hey, now you know about this weapon, this tool you can use to access those funds tax and penalty free. Well, you gotta pay taxes on it initially, but after 5 years it's tax and penalty free. And it's also a lesson to say, hey, if you have an employer match for your 401k or for anything, you have to max that out. There is no reason you should not be maxing out your 401k match. This is literally free money that your employer is offering you, and you're silly to turn it down. I would even make the argument that you get like 20% interest or whatever, something crazy like that on some debt. You know what? I would still see the argument for taking the full employer match. So guys, always, without question, take all the free money that your company or employer is offering you. It's silly not to. So we still plan on prioritizing house hacking and real estate investing in general over, you know, 401k or any kind of stock investing. Really, we just prefer real estate. But again, this is just such a great tool to know about. I think the biggest priority that changed for us is that we'll probably want to prioritize these tax advantaged accounts, either pre-tax or post-tax contributions, over the regular taxable accounts, just because, like I said, of the tax advantage. Whether you can have that money growing tax-free, that is just all the better. So if we compare the Roth Conversion Ladder, that is transferring 401k into a Roth account, let's compare that to just waiting until you're 59 and a half and then paying taxes on it then. Pretty much the only difference that I can think of, please let me know in the comments if you think of any other ones, is that you are paying taxes and stopping the growth of those investments sooner than if you would have waited all the way until you're 59 and a half. So compare that with the opportunity cost of staying at a job that maybe you don't like, or, you know, not being able to travel, or somehow this waiting is holding you back. So I think that's really the opportunity cost you need to weigh. So really, I don't see much of a difference in waiting until you're 59 and a half. So I know this strategy is a little complicated. I certainly took a while to understand it, and I still have a few questions. So please, if you have any questions, or you're like, hey, I don't think that would work, please let me know in the comments, or you can text me if you have my number. I'd love to talk about it more. Again, just want to reiterate that this is not the only way to FI. It is simply a tool in the tool belt. There are plenty of other ways to achieve financial independence. Again, it is just one way to go about it. All right, that's pretty much all we got to say today. I hope you guys learned something new, and above all, we hope that you take action on something towards financial independence sooner rather than later. Today is always the best day to do that. So go ahead and get started, or continue your journey on that. Whatever taking action looks like for you, we really hope you do it. Whether that's paying down debt, contributing to a Roth or 401k, saving for a house hack. And we totally understand that there's plenty of different options. So we plan on making a video that kind of goes through those options, and in our minds, a priority of what you should do first, kind of a little flow chart. So keep your eye out for one of those videos coming up soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this. Please consider subscribing if you enjoy this content. We will be out here on the trails much more often. And I'll see you guys back at the trailhead. Let's go back there. Yeah, I think so.